Hello, fabulous Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. As I spoke about in the general focused horoscope, this is an important month for you where it comes to love, because it is an important month for you where it comes to, on the one hand, creating space and letting go of what you no longer need, especially on a level of heart and emotion. But also, there is a promise of a fresh beginning where it comes to love on offer for you now. And this is largely due to the fact that in the second part of the month, we have a new moon taking place in your opposite sign. And when there is phenomenon that takes place in your opposite sign, it reflects to what you are attracting into your life, and it speaks to the people that you partner with, that you see yourself reflected in their eyes. So we've got this new moon taking place, but what we also have is some very special phenomenon, which is mainly the fact that Venus will meet Pluto, which she does once a year, this time in your opposite sign, and she will be meeting Pluto in your opposite sign, has been for the last few years, will be for the next few years, once a year. This is that moment. This is that month. This is that opportunity when you are going to experience. What we also have happening, which is very interesting, is that Saturn will leave the part of the sky for you that has to do with dating and has to do with the feelings of love. So I spoke about this a lot more in the Saturn special horoscope. So those should be up at the time of this posting as well. So do be sure to have a look at that, because that also will speak to what is going to change for you now in the context of love. But that does speak to a larger lesson that will be with us over the course of the coming better part of the next 3 years. But where it comes to this month, really, the really big phenomenon is, as I mentioned, this new moon happening, Venus meeting Pluto also happening, Venus speaking with Uranus as well. Those of you who understand Astro Tech Talk know that we have this generation-defining conversation between Pluto and Uranus taking place. Venus will be activating this as well. And just like it sounds, something's going to be changing within you. A generational defining change in love is going to be happening for you now. It really is that important a month and does represent an important turning point for you in the context of love as well. And so you are getting a dose of honesty is really what it comes down to. You are looking at things without any delusions, with absolute honesty, and with a much clearer understanding of what all the different dynamics are speaking to and what they represent in the context of love. If you are in an established bond, this is going to play out in a very pronounced kind of way. I do think that this is going to represent a turning point for you where it comes to love. This is going to be you being very honest about who you have chosen to partner with, who you are with, and what you are willing to do to make this work, but also, just as importantly, what you are not. So for some Cancerians out there, this is going to be a time when you realize that you have been the source of a lot of the things that have caused problems. You'll take ownership for that and work towards healing that, and that will allow you to feel like you've experienced a fresh start in this bond. But for others of you, I do think that it isn't necessarily about you, and it isn't about you taking anything on, but much more likely, or I shouldn't say much more likely, but possibly, it is rather what the other person is doing. And so you're likely to see what sort of dynamics, maybe even unconscious games that have been taking place, whether it's on your part or the other person, that's going to allow you to consider exactly where it is that you are in the context of this relationship, and if this works for you or not. What needs to change? What needs to begin again if you're going to move towards greater love? The one thing that this sky has written all over it is truth, is honesty. And it really is about being deeply, deeply moved by accepting the reality of the situation and seeing the inner dynamics of a situation. And I do think that a lot of people out there are actually going to be surprised that it's not what you think. It isn't that this person is all bad. It isn't that this person is all good and you're the bad one. But rather, it's not only more complex, but it's about recognizing that it's two complex people bringing all of their history together in the context of this bond that is determining what it is now. But you can decide what it will be based on your level of consciousness and the changes you're willing to make. Those of you who are dating somebody, I do think that you're going to find it's really going to be Saturn leaving the part of the sky that has to do with dating that's going to help you most. And that happens right at the very end of the month. But we do have this new moon taking place in your opposite sign, as I said, which pretty much always, whether you're dating somebody or you're single, it pretty much always does present somebody, like in somebody comes, whether it's symbolically, you meet them, whether it's online or otherwise, somebody does show up to help you understand what you need to about who you are in love, what needs to happen, what needs to change in the context of love. Now, what I find really important about this energy, really interesting about this energy, if you're dating somebody, this is about you thinking, could this person be a partner? Is this person that I could actually align with on a deeper level, that I could see a future with? That's the type of understanding. But do keep in mind that there is something to be said here. If you're dating somebody, I do think that you just want to pace yourself a little bit and understand that any realizations you have really are the very, very beginning of something awakening within you as a possibility that could be taking place here. There's a much more significant element to this, to me, that has to do with you acknowledging that where it is that it is this person who has what you want, and where it is that you are getting in touch with what you want that may or may not have anything to do with this person. And so what I mean by that is try not to rush anything. The fact that you're thinking about partnership is awesome. The fact that you're thinking about love and what could be for your future is awesome. But you've also got to look at who this person actually is and what you want, and what you really want with this person might be the same thing, but they might not be. So this is your chance to get honest with yourself about that. Those of you currently single and open to meeting somebody new, this is about you being honest with yourself about barriers within you where it comes to love, yes. But as I said, there is an element here of somebody else being there as part of you learning these deeper lessons, as part of you coming to an understanding of what it is that you're actually going for in the context of love and in the context of relationship. This is about you coming to a deeper awareness of some truth within you and others about what it is that you're really projecting, what it is that you're really attracting. You may say that you want something and have a certain stated intention, but is your action actually supporting that? And what you're attracting ultimately is reflecting what you really believe about love. And so I do think that there's going to be at least one person there who is going to be the symbol, who's going to in some way reflect to you what you are attracting back into your life based on what you believe that love should be or love is. And that in turn is going to help you have a much deeper understanding of who you are and what it is that you are actually going for in the context of love. And so at the very least, you should enjoy it. It may manifest into more, it might not. But when you do meet these new people and you're having these understandings and these lessons are awakening for you, allow them to come to the fore, and do remember to enjoy them. There is a certain intensity to the celestial atmosphere and love for you this month, but if you allow yourself to enjoy it, then you're going to find that the lessons have a way of coming together with a greater ease and a greater sense of faith as well. Faith that the universe wants you to experience love and wants you to move towards greater love as well. And that certainly is true. The universe is going to ask you to be honest about the love that you have and the love that you want. And from that place of honesty, change becomes possible, and that change allows you to experience greater love than you've known before.